Layup is good for Mitchell. Brown looking for more. Sidestep three. Another one for Jaylen Brown. That was tough. Oh, he's got 43. Jaquez swatted, but got it back and scores. Jaylen Brown 17 of 29 from the floor. 4 of 10 from three. 43 points. They're going to double him to force him to pass it. White shovels to Brown with a shot clock at 5. Brown doubled, gives it up. White a clear path to the hoop, and the bank drops for Derek White. Mitchell, no good. Rebound Keita. 51 wins for Boston. And the Celtics remain 3 games up on the next closest team for the 2 spot in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. Boston will take a 24-second violation here. Then Miami will just dribble out the clock. It was a wild night. It started with the Celtics hitting 11 threes in the first quarter, leading 53-33. Miami hit 11 threes in the third quarter to cut it to 10, but the Celtics opened the game back up early in the fourth and rolled the victory. Behind 43 from Jaylen Brown and a triple-double by Jayson Tatum, his first since returning from the Achilles injury a month ago. Final score, Boston 147, Miami 129. Celtics improved to 51-25. Miami falls to 40-37. A lot of people coming into the month of April felt that Boston, with the addition of Jayson Tatum, now the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. And for those that felt that way, certainly the performance tonight backs up why they believe that, because the Celtics look like a very dangerous team. You throw Hauser's 23 in there, 17 in the first quarter. Brown, Hauser, and Tatum combined for 91. That's what a lot of teams get in a night. Fifth triple-double in the regular season for Tatum of his career. He also has one in the playoffs. He finishes with 25, 18 rebounds, 1 shy of matching his career high. He also had 11 assists. And the efficiency of Jaylen Brown, shooting about 60% from the floor and scoring 43 points, his 7th 40-point game. But Tatum had it all, mid-range, 3-pointers, all of his rebounds around the defensive end. Has some terrific passes as well. Was able to get to the free throw line in the second half. Used the Keita screen and drilled a 3-pointer early in the fourth quarter to kind of put the game out of reach again. And Jayson Tatum starting to look like the player that is a 4-time first-team All-NBA performer. And Jaylen Brown, who has never been first-team All-NBA. The best was a second-team All-NBA nod back in 2023. Most certainly first-team All-NBA in 2026 would be a big-time shock if he doesn't get first-team All-NBA. All right, Jayson Tatum standing by with Doris.
So I have to ask you about your counterpart first, because you know how hard it is to do what Jaylen Brown did tonight. Jason, of all the things you've seen him grow at, what's most impressed you?
Just his ability to read the floor. You know, just make the right reads, know when to be aggressive. Obviously, a hell of a two-way player. You know, that's just what we focus on, just playing both sides of the ball. He's, you know, amazing at that. And he had a hot start, and he just kept it going.
You came in as a great scorer to this league. Your defensive rebounding has always been on point. Some of the passes you are making now, how much do you think you've grown in that particular aspect?
I've grown a lot, and it's trial and error. You know, attribute a lot of that to our first appearance in the finals. You know, I learned a lot from that playoff run and that final series, and you know, I got to work that summer.
25, 18, and 11. There's only one other Celtic who's had that kind of triple-double. You can guess it's Larry Bird. When you join him in any category, what does that feel like?
It's an honor. Anytime you mention with all-time greats, you know, it means I'm doing something right. So I'm trying.
Thank you so much. Great to see you back.
Thank you.
Yes, Doris, just a remarkable comeback to even be on the floor playing. But playing at this level, I don't know if anybody would have expected this. And we just started April. What's to come for Jayson Tatum in May and maybe into June? The Celtics behind his triple-double and 43 from Jaylen Brown beat the Miami Heat 147-129. For Doris Burke, I'm Dave Pasch. Thanks for watching so long from Miami. Stay tuned after the break. We've got Malika, Coach Malone, Wendy, and Perk, and then it's Spurs and Warriors. Game 2 of our NBA Wednesday double dip.
It is rolling into the Bay. Victor Wembanyama, the San Antonio Spurs have won 14 straight with him in the lineup. He's getting warm to take on a Golden State Warriors team that's injury report, Perk, is longer, as you would say, than a CVS per seat. With no Al Horford, with no Porzingis, with no Quentin Post, what kind of night is Victor Wembanyama going to have here?
MVP type of night. Look, he's something that we've never seen before. And to me, he has mastered the offensive end, meaning the balance of inside out, pick and rolls, coming off of pin downs. Like, it's nothing that he could do offensively. And you could tell the game has slowed down for him, and that's why he's dominating right now. Matter of fact, here, Coach.
What you got?
I mean, write it down. Tell me how you game plan to stop him. It's the reason I got them picked to win it all. But you tell me as a coach, how can you game plan to stop Victor Wembanyama offensively?
Well, here's the thing I don't think gets enough credit. They have 8 players averaging double figures. No NBA team has ever done that. So as great as Wemby is, I think you got to give Castle, Fox, and Harper the 3-guard combo. You got great shooters in Vassell and Champagnie, Harrison Barnes off the bench, Keldon Johnson having a 6th man of the year type of a season. So they are more than just Victor Wembanyama. Yes, he's an MVP candidate, defensive player of the year candidate, but 25-2 since February 1st. We always talk about their defense. In that stretch, they're the #1 offense in the NBA.
My God.
They're doing it on both ends of the floor, which is remarkable. I got that kind of reaction from Brian Brackets over here.
That, by the way, that back there, this
is to scale.
It's. I mean, he's obviously not quite that big, but he's about that tall. I'm not even kidding you. And the thing that's crazy about him, I'm having trouble projecting what's going to happen with him in the playoffs because they've been holding him back. He's only playing 30 minutes a game. Okay, so the question is, if we get to the playoffs and they need it, what if he plays 37 a game? What's to stop him from averaging 40 and 20 in a 3 or 4 game stretch in a playoff series? Now, if he does that in, let's say, round 2, will he get to round 3 and be gassed? Maybe, I don't know. But what I'm saying is we're seeing a guy doing things we've never seen before. I think there's more in the tank. And that unknown about this guy is why I'm having a difficult time figuring out. Perk's already gone out and said it. I can't quite say they're the favorite yet, but I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong.
It's